Okay, folks, looks like we're live. Hangouts on air. Welcome back. It's Bob Spyro. The X-Fuse Wellness Revolution is alive and well. Coming to you from my home office here in Whitensville, Mass. Welcome aboard, folks. It's my pleasure and privilege to be your host and presenter this evening. We've got a talented group of folks with us this evening. We've got an exciting story to share with you this evening. I don't know whether or not you're here to learn more about the incredible products that X-Fuse has or the incredible business opportunity or both, but in either case you've come to the right place. We use this X-Fuse Wellness Revolution to educate and train people about choices that they have in life, how they can protect their most valuable asset, which is their health, and how they can escape the rat race if they should so choose to do so, working from home, empowering people, if you will, with the ideology of do it right the first time, and take care of number one, which is your health, if you will. We're coming from a position of service, if you will, and it's only by helping others that we can help ourselves. We have a full panel this evening of talented guests and speakers. What I'd like to do first is shoot down to to Pittsburgh, and introduce you to my business partner, Gio Pizzo. Gio, why don't you say a few words to the folks before getting started?
Sure. Thank you, Bob, for having us and inviting us here. And I won't take up a lot of time because we have a very special guest here who's already here waiting for her turn to come up. So I've been in the industry of direct marketing, network marketing over 30 years now, probably about 33. I've hit a couple of really solid home runs with two companies, one of them which you know about there, Bob, because you took part in that company, not with me, but with a different organization. At any rate, we know what the power of residual income really means because we've experienced it. The only thing I'm going to throw into the mix here is people understand and know one thing. If you're going to be involved in this industry, the integrity at the very top is probably the most important thing, especially when you get a little bit older, like myself and Mark and Bob and some of the others. You know, we look for truth and honesty because if we're going to do something and work and put our energy into it, we don't want the rules changed to the negative, 5 months, a year or two down the road from now. We've had it happen before. We're not going there again. We know what we have here with this company. Amazing, off-the-shelf, category-creating products that are extraordinarily affordable but really impactful, and I'm sure Val will speak on that a little bit. And my business partner, Mark Kotler, who's probably going to show up here in a little while, he contacted me about this not that long ago, and we started putting this team together, and together with Mark and Christina and Corey here and yourself, Bob, we found something totally different, unique. So I'm going to throw it back over to you, Bob, and unless you have anything else you want me to say.
Okay, thanks, Gio. We'll get back to you for some comments and follow-up. I'm not sure where you're from, Corey, but you're known as the Coffee King. A man with your expertise and experience was attracted to us for a good reason. Would you mind sharing that with us and just give us a little background, a little commercial about yourself and why you're so excited about X-Fuse?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's definitely a pleasure to be on the platform tonight with all of you. I agree with Gio. There's some amazing people on here, so I'm just very humbled to be able to be a part of it. My story is very similar to Gio's, and very similar to a lot of people that you're going to find in the industry. I've been with a few companies, and I've hit the tops of those companies. One company, I was a top earner, and I moved my whole entire family down to where the corporate office was, and within 30 days of moving my whole family there, the company folded. You know what I mean? And I think this is a common thread that we see in the industry when the integrity isn't right at the top. And I actually left the industry for a while. I was burnt out. I actually just went into the consulting business, did that for a while, and then I met Eddie Freeman, whom all of you know on the panel tonight. The man just was the most genuine person I've ever met in my life in the industry. And everything that he said, I mean, it was just too good to be true. You know what I mean? I said, I've heard this before. It's the same old tune. A lot of people say it. But when Eddie said it, it was a little bit differently. I could really tell that he sincerely meant it. And obviously flew into corporate down in West Palm Beach about a year ago, actually coming right up here on my 1-year anniversary in a couple weeks. And I actually went there with an idea to basically pitch the company on a consulting contract. Really, that was my notion of why I was going to go. And I was absolutely blown away when I met the owners of the company. I've never, ever seen so much integrity from the top. And I just knew, no matter what, that wherever the company was at today, that day when I was looking at it, was just a very, very, very small piece of what the company could become. And I decided to plant my flag with the company. I went there to pitch them on a consulting contract, left as a distributor, and I've been rocking and rolling ever since. And it is just an absolute exciting time right now in XFuse. We are aggressively expanding all over the United States. I have been on the phone with Eddie, I think, 15, 20 times in the last couple of days, just nonstop. People are hearing about the buzz right now in XFuse, and the people who position themselves now are literally positioning themselves at the forefront of a major economic movement. A lot of wealth is going to be created in this company, and the people who get the piece of the pie now are going to be the ones that are very, very thankful to be able to leave that legacy for their families. So I'm here. Our coffee is phenomenal. I don't really want to get into all that because I know we have a very special speaker tonight. So with that, Bob, unless there's anything else you want me to say, I will pass it back to you.
Appreciate you, Corey. Thanks for coming on the Hangout and joining us tonight. Now it's my honor and privilege to introduce you to our guest speaker. Okay. Incoming call from Mark Kotler. Mark is probably looking for the link. Hold on a second. How can I? Can you text Mark the link to join the Hangout?
I got it, guys. I'm doing it right now.
Okay, I appreciate you. I'll get back to what I was doing. Val, thank you so much for being patient. I'd like to just introduce you to our featured guest speaker tonight, Val McLeod. I'd like to share with you 10 facts that I've learned about Val McLeod. First of all, she's a native of Miami, Florida. Val attended Myrtle Grove Elementary School and graduated from Miami Carroll City High School a year earlier than her beloved class of 1977. She's an alumni of Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas. She's one of the few level 2 certified Kinjian trainers, facilitators in the world. Val is an author. Let's see, she's written Empo World, Built a Life of Success Using Positive, Powerful Language. She wrote The Wait is Over, and she's now writing How XFuse Helped Me to Reach My Goal, scheduled for early spring release. Val once weighed nearly 620 pounds and successfully released over 400 pounds. So we know this woman knows a thing or two about health and wellness and how to lose weight. Val is a powerful professional speaker and life coach. Val is the Global Brand Awareness Ambassador for XFuse International, and Val believes all things are possible, and she adds value to every person that she comes into contact with. It's my great honor and privilege this evening to introduce you to Val McLeod. Val, say hi to the folks for us. Val, are you there? Okay.
Val, can you hear us?
Val, I think we might have lost Val. Hello, Val.
I see her there. Mark's here. Christina's here.
She was here a minute ago. Oh, she lost the feed, I guess. That's interesting. Hello, Val. We've got Mark in the car.
I think it just froze up on her, guys. I think she's rejoining right now.
Yep, she'll be right back. Give her a second or two.
Hello, Mark.
What's up?
Hey, Mark, let's see. I'll introduce Mark Kotler. Mark, it's the kingpin here of the U.S. expansion. All these boys on the panel here are on your team. How does it feel to be the leader, if you will, in the XFuse Wellness Revolution?
You know what? I don't consider myself a leader. I consider us, we're all leaders, and we're all equal. That's the beauty of this industry. Nobody's better than anybody else, and I'm thrilled. I feel like we have the best team in the industry. There's not only are we a great team and skilled, but there's lots of love with our team, and that's more important than anything.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I'm not sure where Val is, and I'm not sure if Christina is still on. Oh, Val McLeod is coming back in, folks. Here she comes. Val McLeod.
Okay, I'm back. What a wonderful introduction, Bob. And then I blinked out.
That's the beauty of technology. It's not perfect. Sometimes we do have glitches. We're human, and I think nobody speaks better about human achievement and personal struggles than you. And it's an inspiration to know that it's possible. And I'd like to hear a little bit more about when you began in your weight loss transition and what it was that you tried in the past and what worked for you to share with our viewers this evening and the people who will be watching this this broadcast after at the recording if you're not watching it live.
Okay. Well, first of all, Bob, let me please say thank you from the depths of my heart for having me on. I think it's awesome to be connected to the Wellness Revolution. I love everything that it represents and stands for. I know that this is what this is. We are literally changing and transforming the world, many lives at a time. It's not even one at a time now because so many people are connecting. So thank you so much for being here tonight.
Okay, and what triggered the change in you? What made you decide that you wanted to take the position of helping so many people transform their lives, Val?
Well, actually, it wasn't so much as an aha moment or a decision of me wanting to really change my life. I have been overweight and obese my entire life. I never remembered myself as not being overweight from a child, and just the weight just continued to amass on my body until I was over 600 pounds. And then I began to have some medical and some physical problems because of carrying so much weight. I'm 6 feet tall, so I thought that I was carrying, and this may sound very bizarre, I thought that I was carrying the weight but my body began to give into it in my early 20s. So I had to make a decision about if I was going to end up in a wheelchair because my right leg was effectively breaking under my own weight. Or some other complications that I was having. I had to make a decision about if I wanted to have a quality of life or if I just wanted to keep eating and therefore ruin my life. So I kind of came to that awareness out of necessity, Bob, not so much out of an aha. And it was a tremendous challenge and struggle for me because I only knew overeating. I only knew, my absorbent appetite. So I didn't even have a sense of what balanced eating was. So during that time, I had to actually learn how to eat like an average person. I don't like the word normal, but just reasonable portions. So that's pretty much how it started out. It started out because I was between a rock and a hard place, literally, and I had to choose a path that ultimately leads me to here, but it wasn't a straight line. But we'll talk more about that as we converse.
What are some of the things you tried initially to lose weight, Val, and what did you discover by trying them?
Well, I always say it would be easier for me to alphabetize the diet plans that I've been on because I've been on every one of them. Just from Atkins and down through whatever begins with a Z. I've done it all, and here's the thing about diets. Every diet will give you some results, but the issue is it something you can live with, and are your results sustainable? For me, neither one of those things were in place. I would get on a diet, which is why I say I have released these 400 pounds a couple of times. So because I've been on that yo-yo dieting, that up and down the scale for over 25 years, and I just could not figure out what was the tool that I needed that would help me to be able to sustain the weight that I release, but also to help me reach my goal.
Yes, it's the old roller coaster experience that so many people go through. And the thing that I don't like or care so much about diets is the first three letters are die. Why not live it with less weight? And I like that concept of releasing weight.
Yes.
Now, you are considered the XFuse Global Brand Ambassador, and that's a proud position to hold, if you will. What was it that attracted you to XFuse, and what results are you achieving by using our products?
Well, I think that I can do that question justice by explaining to you how I connected with the XFuse, and I was a guest speaker at the mayor of Savannah's annual business conference, and that's where I connected with Warren and Carrie Blue, and subsequently learned about their products. I had never heard of not only XFuse, of phytonutrients before and phytochemistry. But what happened is, you kind of touched on it earlier. I was featured in People magazine, and from there I got all of this. I was this breakout person. The public just totally embraced me and loved me, and so I was on Good Morning America, CNN, and Fox, and I got all this global media coverage. Then people from all over the globe start reaching out to me, asking me how could I, how if I could help them to be able to get rid of weight. And I had no idea because I hadn't figured it out. I was still struggling. I have to charge my phone up. I'm sorry. I was still trying to figure out, what to do for myself. So here I was, I've been, as you introduced me, I've been a training and development, organizational growth and development facilitator for all of my life, and I had no idea. I had never imagined that I would have a platform talking about health and wellness. To the contrary, I've done everything anti-health and wellness for most of my life. So all of a sudden I'm on this platform and everybody reaching out to me, and I just asked God, I said, God, send me a tool, send me an answer, because I wanted to be able to give to people something that would help them, that was different than my roller coaster ride that I had been on for so many years. And I had several companies to reach out to me, wanting me to endorse their products, to come on board, because of my success and of course my platform. And I never would do that. I would never give a person false hope, because I know what it feels like to put your trust in something, looking for a result, and when it doesn't work out, you don't feel like the product failed. You yourself, the person feels like the failure, and I just wouldn't do that to a person. So I said no many times to many companies that are well known, actually, but I still continue to ask God for a tool or send me an answer that I could give to people. And then in October of last year is when I was introduced to XFuse, and it has just been phenomenal. My initial attraction to XFuse was really because I was having some cognitive issues. I was having some memory and concentration issues, and when Carrie told me about that, I almost jumped across the table at her. And then I learned subsequently, the benefit of how phytonutrients, the difference between dieting and nutrition. And I never knew that was a difference until I was introduced to XFuse. There is a difference with a major distinction between dieting and good nutrition. And so that's been my, the point of revolution and revelation for me with XFuse, is because now I'm getting good nutrition into my body, therefore giving my body what it wants and needs, and then our body begins to give us the body that we want to live in.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. And can you speak a little bit more about the phytonutrients and the products of XFuse and what your experience has been in taking them, how they've aided you in your quest to get to the optimal weight?
Well, absolutely. Well, I started immediately using Pro, Focus, and Zilla. And I cannot tell you, just it felt like I had just like been in all of my life inside of a dark or a smoky or a congested room, and then all of a sudden I'm out in fresh air, and it's like I could breathe, and I could not explain what I was experiencing, but I knew something phenomenal had happened to me as it relates to what I was putting now into my body. So I had this new sense of energy, and I'm a very motivated person. Of course, I would have to be to have gotten rid of the weight that I had even before connecting with Excuse, even though it had been up and down and in that cycle. So I can be very, very disciplined. I can be very focused. But when I start using Excuse, and I hope I'm not sending the wrong message when I say this, it just made it so much easier. The Zilla gave me this natural sense of energy and endurance. I couldn't wait. Whereas I would walk 4 or 5 miles every day, and I would be motivated to start. But by the time I would be ending up my workout, I'd be just one foot in front of the other. I'd barely make it back to the house, and I had to sit on the stairs downstairs just to kind of regroup and catch myself. When I was on Zilla for not even a week, it's like the more I walked, the more energy I got, and I would be like, what's going on with me? So much so, at one time I found myself wanting to jog, and I was like, who are you? I could not understand. I couldn't understand what was this that was giving my body this natural sense of champion and of conqueror, of you can do itness, and so it was just. I was blown away by the transformation that was happening in me without me really trying hard. I was just taking the products, It wasn't like I was on anything really structured or regimented or some hard, a difficult plan that was hard to adhere to. Not to the contrary. I was just taking the products at that time, just those 3. And now, of course, since then, I've expanded to use the weight management products. And at first, when Paul Morris first told me about the Shape Boy Shake, I was like, I do not drink my meals. I have to eat. So because I was just like never interested in any kind of meal replacement. No, I want food. So not that I was resistant, but I was like thinking, well, it's not going to be enough for me, so I have to modify it for me. Every morning before I got ready to go work out, I would always have a piece of wheat bread with peanut butter and a little spritz of honey on it before I would go do my workout. Well, the morning I got up to try my Shapeweigh for the first time, I made the Shapeweigh, and I also made my peanut butter sandwich. I was going to just have them together. Well, I tasted my Shapeweigh, and it was delicious, and I ended up, drinking the entire thing. And when I drank it, I was so satisfied. I was so full. I was like, keep the peanut butter sandwich, and and I got out, and from then I've just never looked back. It's just usually stuff that's so good for you, it tastes bad, but it's like I'm still trying to find the downside to X-Fuse and its phytonutrients.
There are none, and that's the reality of it. And you're living proof of it, Val. What you bring to the table is absolutely incredible. Not to mention the systems that you've implemented and put into place, or the company in your collaboration has put into place to help people. I don't know if you're out there struggling or somebody who's struggling with weight, but let's face it, there is an obesity epidemic here. 1/3 of the Americans today are obese, and they say that by the year 2020, more than 60% of the population will be in that category, and that's not a healthy place to be. We're here to let you know that you have viable options, and you don't have to be a victim in today's society. The thing that really aggravates me or upsets me is the prolific abuse of pharmaceutical drugs in the marketplace. Speaking about that in weight management, what has been your experience in that realm of treatment, using medical treatments and whatnot, and how effective have you found them to be, Val?
Well, actually, I'm a person who's I have an intolerance for diet drugs. And I remember when ephedra was out and just any kind of stimulant thing, I can't take it. And how do I know I can't take it? Because I tried and became very, very sick from trying to take things like that. So I know it's out of desperation, Bob. People
Yeah.
just want to get the results. And it's just like, of course, we know that in America, the diet industry is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry where people are just reaching out for hope, reaching out for something that might work for them. And there's just some things on the market that are just so unhealthy for the body. You might get rid of a few pounds for a moment, but it's here again, it's not sustainable. And you find yourself picking that weight up and more, and that just keeps that cycle going. Just keep you on that endless cycle of being a failure. And that's what I love about XFuse, is that the products are all natural. So the more you take of them, the better you're going to the more you're going to optimize your health. And that is the key to being able to reach your health and your fitness goals, is because you're improving your health, and therefore you're able to have more energy to go work out better. And once you're giving your body what it really needs and what it really wants, those cravings end. And I'm not saying that I never have a day where I don't want to go eat fried chicken, because I do, and I have. So that I want to be very clear about that. But what it does is, you realize, well, this is what it takes for me to reach success. So you get right back on track the next day, and the body is very forgiving. It doesn't hold it against you if you don't like go off and now you're off for a week or a month. Just get right back on your plan, and you'll continue to release the weight. It's just phenomenal to me.
Right, and I concur that the pharmaceutical industry, the weight loss business marketplace, is huge, if you will. And they're not really interested in helping you from a health perspective, because unfortunately, the reality is, folks, this might come hard to believe, but it's a business, and they really don't care to help you. We're here to provide you with information and products that really make a difference in your life, because let food be thy medicine, Val. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Um, uh, in this regard, and I just want to just reiterate what I said earlier, Bob, is nutrition. Uh, I was just speaking to a doctor the other day who's going to be coming on board as a distributor soon. He said the more food we eat, the less nutrition we get. And that was such a prolific statement to me, because of how food is made now. We really have no idea. Even when we grow it ourselves, we really don't have any idea what is comprised in what the composition of food is down on a fundamental level, because of the environment and the toxins in our environment. But when you get pure nutrition in your body, that's what your body will respond to. So that's the difference. So I would just modify and just let XFuse be thy health. Because it's what has made the difference for me. And if it came down, and literally, and I mean this from the depths of my heart, if it came down to me having to never eat food again or never have XFuse again, I'm choosing the XFuse, because I just know I could not have the life that I want without having these products in my life.
I concur wholeheartedly. There's not a day goes by that I don't crave the juice, enjoy the Suma, love the Zilla, and I have my shake every day. It's just become a way of life, because the alternative
Yes.
is what you see. The results are not typical, if you will, but they are available. What tools do you recommend people employ to assist them in the transition into their a healthy weight loss, if you will. And how are we facilitating that for our customers and our business builders, if you will?
Well, XFuse has just made everything even more simple. And I love that because that's really, as human beings, particularly adult learners and people who are making changes in their lives, we like things to be made accessible and easy for us, and that's okay. You still have to put in your work, but as of our regional a few weeks ago in Miami, we released the Transformations 2015, or the Transformations Pack, and it's absolutely a phenomenal program and process under the direction of our wonderful founder and CEO Don Cotton. Renee Page has been the point person, our vice president of marketing, Renee Page, the amazing Renee Page, has put together this fabulous program that helps us to have all the necessary components. It has a food journal. It has recommended. It has sample food journals in case you're like me and you don't really know what having a balanced meal is. It has, just your Zilla water bottle. It has a shaker cup in it so you can get your Shapeweigh in. It has all the tools in the transformation pack. So not only do they give you, does the pack include the things that you need to take as it relates to the Shapeweigh and a metabolic energizer and the Suma and the Zilla, but it also, to accompany that, because you cannot do this alone, Bob. You have to have accountability partners. You have to have people who agree with you, who support you on this journey. So we have our closed group, Facebook group, where we interact all the time. We have the live coaching calls on Tuesdays at 12 and Thursdays at 9 with me and Renee and Randy Freeman. Amazing Randy Freeman joins us sometimes. So it's every tool, everything, all the support, all the substance, everything you really need to be successful. XFuse has made it available through the Transformations packet and program.
I love that. And XFuse is such a gifted company in that they're a giving company and they provide so much training and support for our members. I know the challenge customer acquisition program where you get your for and you pay no more. I don't know who else is doing that, but that's so attractive to our members because by simply helping 4 members get their products, if you will, you'll get your products for free. I know I got my transformation pack paid for by XFuse, and that's just simply wonderful. Do you have any recommendations for people that would like to get started on a weight management program, Val? What they should be doing, both?
I would say make the.
Oh, can't hear you.
Okay, I hope my phone is not about to blink out because of the sound is becoming a little bit distorted. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I would say, invest in yourself. And the investment is so small because the transformation pack for XFuse is $179. You're getting almost $300 in product plus the added value of the community of transformation, of connection with Renee Page, with Randy Freeman, with myself and other guest speakers who will help to coach and encourage you in your process. So I would say make the investment in yourself. You're worth it. And getting results is what makes it real. And I can promise you, and even XFuse makes a promise. They make a promise with a guarantee. If it doesn't work, you get your money back. And I, like you, Bob, I paid for my products one time for XFuse, and I've been so excited talking about Xfuse to everyone that I know, that I have this collection of challenge customers, so that I'm able to get my products free. But what I do, I end up buying more product, so that I can still share them with people. So I would just say, get started, and get started today. Don't wait until you have it together, or some, well, we're still at the beginning of the year, so today is just the right day for you to get started on something that's going to give you the results that you want, I promise.
Absolutely. It's a total transformation, both physical, mental, and emotional. And I think that's what's so important about the way you put the transformation package together with the book, the handouts, the bottles, if you will, and the products. They're all packaged just tremendously, and they serve the people greatly, if you will. Val, do you have anything to add that you'd like to share with our viewers about what if they might like to get in touch with you, or get one of your books, or get on one of our transformational programs?
Well, first of all, I'd like for you to just connect with you, Bob, in terms as it relates to getting on the transformation pack.
Yeah.
To go to your website, get started on the program, get your products in, and then when you connect with Bob, or the distributor that's in your area, then you'll connect with me. When you buy the transformation pack, you get added value. Ha, Val.
Absolutely.
So, and then you can reach me directly through my Facebook page. It's Val McLeod, McLeod, or through my website, valmcleod.com. And both of my books, The Wait is Over, which is a compilation of inspiration that will motivate and inspire you. I share about my story in chapter 1 and the journey of it, and it culminates with a very, very positive call to action in chapter 8. It's 7 authors joined me in the project, so it's almost like getting 8 books in one. Our own Randy Freeman did the forward for me. And then my first book is Empowered, EMPOWORD, Empowered. And it really talks about how to positively message yourself and how to change your life using positive, powerful language. And affirmations and declarations are just a critical way that I've been able to realize the success that I have had, not only with reaching my fitness goals, but just in terms of me being able to overcome many life challenges, is I always believe in thinking positive, speaking positive, which leads to doing positive things. So connect with me at valmcleod.com or on my Facebook page.
That's just totally awesome. I'm so pleased and privileged that I've had the chance to hook up with you, because together we can achieve more. It's my mission here to help 10,000 people liberate themselves from low-paying, insecure jobs into a lucrative, rich, rewarding, healthy, home-based business this year using technology. I've also created Bob Spiro's Million-Pound Weight Loss March, where we have a vision of helping 33,000 people release 30 pounds or more. That's the million pounds, and we can do it as our company just explodes across America and into all the rest of the countries that are anxiously waiting to join our mission, if you will. Gio or Christina or Corey or anyone else on the panel that wants to add anything else, follow-up comments or questions maybe of Val before we end the hangout this evening? Go ahead, Gio.
Just want to make a statement to Val. Thank you very much, Val. You're a very busy person. Thanks for taking the time being here with us tonight and helping us out with this hangout that we do every week here. And just to let her know, Bob, what is your goal? How many people do you want here in the next 12 months?
Well, we're looking at 10,000 people minimum in the Wellness Revolution. Our team is just going to explode across the country. Ultimately, the 3 to 5 year goal is 30,000 more new members.
Well, there we go. That's the beginning stages of it, and we're just getting rolling with it. It's just been a few weeks that we're doing this, but it's catching on strong. So thanks again for being here, Val. We appreciate it. Thank you, Bob, for doing this each week.
My pleasure and privilege. Corey, do you have any final remarks you'd like to add or questions of our guest speaker this evening? Isn't she awesome?
Absolutely awesome. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you loud and clear, Corey.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Val. Val, you're amazing. Your story inspires me so much. And welcome to XFuse. It's so great to have you on board with us. I know your story is going to impact thousands, if not millions of people all across the world. And it's just truly an honor to have you with us. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Wow, thanks,
Oh, it's
Corey.
a joy. Thank you.
Coming from you, that's just totally awesome. I don't know if Christina is still on. I think she dropped off. But with that in mind, folks, we'll be back here again next Tuesday. Get back to the person that shared this hangout with you and just tell them you'd like to have your transformation begin immediately. With that in mind, we'll see you back here bright and early next Tuesday. We'll see Val on the transformation call Thursday night. And don't forget, Thursday afternoons, there's the want to talk about your radio station? Why don't you put a plug in about your Thursday afternoon radio station show? Val, I forgot to mention, not only as a TV celebrity, she's got a radio show. Can you tell
Yes, thank
listeners
you.
how they can access that too?
Yes, absolutely. I am on the radio every Thursday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time on WMBM AM 1490. WMBM, it's an acronym, is where ministry blesses many. WMBM. You can get the app a free app through your iTunes store or the Google apps. Please join me. Please be a part of the conversation. It's Val YOU Transformations, where we are transforming our life and transforming the lives by adding value to one another. So thank you so much. And please forgive me. I was going to say this, Bob. I was trying to find a plug. I was so afraid that my phone was going to go out. So this the fidgeting and all of that. Please excuse me. I normally would never do that on video, but I was so afraid I would lose connection. But thank you so much. It was an
Yes, I can concur. It's been an honor and a privilege to have you on our hangout this evening. We're going to impact the lives of millions of people worldwide. XFuse will go on to dominate the health and wellness industry. There are no better products. I am highly prejudiced, but I have a privilege to be so from my 24 years of experience in this industry. There's never been a company better positioned to help you achieve your health and weight loss goals or your fitness objective, as we haven't even spoken to all the Olympic athletes that have chosen to use our products, not paid endorsers, results and achievers. And to be a life-altering transformational artist, you need to be in the best physical health possible. And you'll not be able to do that unless you're on the best product. So with that in mind, we'll see you back here next Tuesday. Have a healthy day. Bye-bye for now.